Hello! Welcome back! Hope you guys are good because Guild War is finally over until September, that is. We are going in the second batch, I guess. Yeah, because the first batch is technically during anniversary. Yeah, so this is technically the second batch of the summer-ish characters that was kind of announced on stage in Granblue Fest Extra or whatever. It wasn't a stream, so we wouldn't really know unless you see Twitter or whatever. Alright, but yeah, hello. We are gonna check out Tefnut first. Yeah, we're gonna check her out thoroughly, if you know what I mean. Alright, okay. So Tefnut is water, obviously. 1305 HP, 8675 attack, style is special. Yes, primal stick summer. Yes, of course she's gonna be a stick. Alright, let's try to pronounce the names. Oh my god, the names. Leontonopolis. Yes, Leontonopolis, yes. Unworldly water damage to a foe, delay effect, and 2 random debuffs. Wow, so cool. Time for Ogi. And then first skill is T-Fang? T-Fang, dude. T-Fang safe. T-Fang safe? Okay, whatever. 5 hit water damage to random foes. Hit to all foes water defense stackable. Remove 1 buff. 10% boost to water allies charge bar. Additional effect when Sarab is level 5. Amplify all foes damage taken 6 hits. Oh, okay. Second skill is the Barid? Gloomy fog, effect to all foes. Wait, that sounds like a field effect. Hit to debuff resistance, hit to multi-attack rate, additional effects when Sarab is level 5, dispel cancel effect 1 time to water allies, mirror image effect, and dodge all. Oh, that's actually really big though. Huh? Oh, this thing. Oh, that's not a... Oh, okay. That's not a field effect. Okay, so it's this special debuff thing. 3 turns. Raha. Yeah, okay. Convalescent dose effect to caster. Huh? It looks like a beige picture. Can normal attack sharp boost to dodge rate upon charge attack, double strike, and bonus water damage effect to the water ally in the next position. Oh, here we go again. At the end of turn, the yeah, first skill, whatever. Alright, so first skill auto activates at the end of turn. Lasts for 5 turns, so this has 2 turns downtime. Wow, that's actually pretty nice. Tush B Allah Kar. At the end of turn, when no damage is taken, other water allies deal triple attacks 1 time, boost to damage cap, supplemental damage, raise Tefnut's Sarab level by 1. Max is 5, based on Sarab level, boost to other allies water allies attack, multi-attack rate, dodge rate, and charge bar gain. Very heavy on utility, huh, this Tefnut. Whimsical leisure. No charge bar gain upon normal attacks at the end of turn if Tefnut didn't attack instant CA standby. She can Ogi, but she cannot normal attack. So in other words, this 5 turns thing, she will Ogi twice. No, 3 times, right? Technically the 5th turn technically counts because she won't attack on the 5th turn, right? She won't because first turn she doesn't attack. Turn 2 Ogi, turn 3 no attack, turn 4 Ogi, turn 5 no attack, turn 6 Ogi, right? Yeah, okay. So 3 times. You get that 3 times. And then turn 7. Turn 7 she gets the thing again. But still have like basically 1 turn downtime. I mean, I can see this being used, but it's not full limit break yet though. So it's kinda questionable at this point. Because it's okay. Ogi, man, Ogi. I die every time I see Ogi. Alright. Let me see. Number wise. So, unworldly, sure. 2 random debuffs. What's the 2 random debuffs? 25% defend down, sleep, charm, blinded, 20% special attack damage lowered, forfeit, and corrosion. Oh, she gets forfeit as well. Not too bad. Alright, then first skill is 10% water defend down up to 40%. The 5 hit is 185,000 per hit. So that's pretty big if you have supplemental. And then charge bar is at 10%. And then damage taken amplify should be the same, I think. Yeah, I think it should be the same for other characters, I think. It's not really written to how much is it amplified, but it should be the same. Because this 6 hit thing is quite normal now. There's a lot of characters that has that. Like Uriel, for example. Yeah. Uriel, even Percival has that too. Yeah. And then second skill is Gloomy Fog. Gloomy Fog is how much? 50% attack down and accuracy down. So we don't know what the accuracy down is. Okay, then 20% debuff resistance down, 50% double and triple attack down. And then the rest is explanatory. Okay. She has 40% dodge rate. Upon charge attack, the next water ally gets 30% echo and double strike. I mean, she automatically casts this every turn though, so that's pretty sick. So in other words, she just needs to not get hit, right? The idea is that she just needs to not get hit, and then once she gets to 5, she's good to go. Alright, the passive at the end of turn, if no damage is taken, guaranteed 10% damage cap and supplemental damage. Supplemental damage is 50,000. The Serap thing is you get perpetuity attack up to 5 stacks, right? Alright, so attack up is 4%. 4% per stack. Up to 20%. And then charge bar gain up is 4% with per stack as well, up to 20%. Never mention how much is the multi-attack rate and the dodge rate. And then this one is self-explanatory. One would probably say that you want to use an extra character that give extra dodge, but seeing how this is already 40%, she already has 40% with the help of this, which is already significant already. Because this applies to the entire party, right? But does it apply to herself? I feel like it should, right? Even, I mean, it does say others though. Maybe not, eh? But yeah, so like 40% is still very significant though. If it's really 40%, that is this thing. If it's really 40%, I think it's already more than enough. Because a lot of times, whenever a character that is very reliant on dodge, to say as an example, like maybe take Tanya or something, for example. For those kind of characters, right? A lot of times when they are not, you know, they do not have the limited tag, right? Or, you know, like seasonal tag or whatever. They don't really have really high, like super high dodge rates. You know, not a lot of characters have that. But she does. So by herself, I think is already more than enough. You don't really need like another character to go along with her. She looks like she's so heavily like invested in utility already. I don't think you need really like another character for utility anyway, just because like you have so much nuke already, right? Because this activates every turn. I mean, there's a minor downtime, sure, but this is already like consistently being triggered every end of the turn, and then you're consistently dispelling, you're consistently getting meter, you're also consistently getting this as well, like getting the amplify thing as well once your shit is at level 5, right? And then you're also boosting your other members, all these as well. You get extra like raw damage, consistent multi attack rate. You get extra dodge rate and more charge bar gains. So if you like your Ogi, this is actually really good, especially if you're not using Kango. Very, very nice, very nice. And then for this one, it's just more like, I think this is just more of like whenever you cast this, it just means that you're not going to die in that turn. Especially when you already have it at 5. There's no way you're going to die in that turn. You have fucking dodge all, man. You have dodge all attacks. You have mirror, which is probably going to be taken in effect in the next turn, because dodge all should be taken in effect in that current turn. Yeah, in a following turn, only mirror only takes effect, and then you have dispel cancel as well. So it's like you just basically don't die. When you press this, you don't die. Every 8 turns you can press this and you won't die. And also, not to mention, you also have this special debuff here, which is really good. Helps you a lot in not taking too much damage from triggers. So like in the upcoming Water Favor Guild War, this might actually be really useful for your full auto setups, which doesn't rely too much on Kango, which is good because Kango sucks ass. And then this one just basically makes her function a lot better. It's also technically kind of better in a way as well, just because that if she doesn't take damage, she's boosting that, and then if she Ogis, which she will because of this, she will give your other character, the falling character, extra 30% echo and double strike as well. So in other words, you want her to always be either in position 2 or position 3. So whoever is not familiar what that means, it just means that you want to put them either in this slot or in this slot. So in other words, the next character, so it's like if you put Tefnut here, the next character will get that effect. If you put Tefnut here, this character will get the effect. If you put Tefnut here, there's nothing on the right. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, her EMP looks alright. Hostility down. I don't think you really need that. Yeah, I don't think you really need hostility. Yeah, well, yeah, she's gonna Ogi some, so you probably want that. You probably want that as well. Maybe just 2. This one probably you will obviously most likely want. She has Unworldly already. Probably you don't need these 2. You don't need the Ogi. I don't think you want that. I'll probably max this out and then put like maybe one here, and then the rest on, I don't know, this. Yeah, I don't think she really needs that, because like one of the issues I would say in some scenarios, right? Because she only can cast that thing once, right? Every 8 turns. This second skill. This second skill at the bottom here, you can only cast it once. So in other words, the rest of the time you're quite vulnerable, right? If she has hostility down, it just means that your other 3 characters are gonna get hit more often, which can be a kind of like a bad thing if you know you're consistently getting like getting trigger, going through trigger after trigger, and somehow if you're not able to line up the debuffs properly, or sometimes maybe you're unlucky, it just whiffs, which is quite likely it might happen after if you land too many times, right? Because there for those who also didn't know, the boss, whatever boss themselves, they have like a debuff resistant after you cast like several times in a row. Like if you cast the same thing over and over, right, eventually the thing gets resistant to a particular debuff. So like that's why, like if you say for example, like if you try doing Paralyze in like Proto Bahamut HL, eventually you're just not gonna land at all because that guy is just growing resistant to that thing, for example, right? Yeah, so for those who didn't know, I just wanted to point that out. So maybe in some scenarios, the special debuff eventually might whiff after a while. So it might not work out, it might not save you in terms of reducing his damage or whatnot, but she's still at least very, very good in terms of keeping your characters alive, in terms of keeping your characters very, very healthy in a way. By healthy, I mean giving you lots of dodges, giving you a lot of meter generation. Even though she doesn't have meter gain, she doesn't have normal attack either. She's also able to give you a lot of like consistent damage, to say the least. That's why it's like that's why like I mentioned that she's like super invested in utility. Is basically she's there to power up your other 3 characters, because that's really what she's doing. From what I'm seeing, she literally just allows your 3 other characters, or maybe even make 1 other character super like on steroids because of the because of this charge attack thing. So that's really, really nice, because you are able to do this like at least 3 times in a span of 6 turns, right? I know that sounds really slow, but at times it's not really a bad thing, because they did not say, remember, they did not say this thing, they did not say it's 1 time only. So that's a really good thing as well. It's not a 1 time only, huh? I will mostly say this kind of character really emphasizes more on like longer raids, tougher raids, and Guild War kind of scenario. You could probably say it might work out in a burst, but at the same time you require her to Ogi, which is in turn 2. So that kind of sucks. Maybe you could actually potentially do that in like maybe Nightmare 200 in Water Favorite Guild War, because there are so many strats these days in especially Nightmare 200, where you take maybe between like 1 to like 4/5 turns maybe. So maybe Tefnut could actually be in that scenario. Who knows? But for now, I think it's just like we don't really know when the hell is Water favorite Guild War is gonna happen, because the next Guild War is on September. Most likely the next Guild War is probably going to be in January already. Because there's no way it's gonna be September, October, right? I mean, wait, it should be in November, right? Yeah, it should be November first, then January, right? Yeah. So I got a feeling that there's a chance that only Water favorite Guild War is only going to be in January. The reason that being is because Water does not have Exalto yet. There's very likely they might want to put Water Exalto, because Water Exalto is probably the last one that is going to appear. Because I think Earth is going to appear first in August, I think. And then, yeah, Water Exalto should be coming out with the Guild War, most hopefully, which is very, very commonly appearing on, end of the year, when they announce in the stream or whatever. That always happens. And then, because, like within like October, November is usually the Halloween stuff. There's no like really a grand character there. Because the grand character appears like slightly before that, which is like in August, maybe like September. Yeah, August, September, maybe. But that one's like, you see, it's most likely going to be for Earth, right? So I don't think it's that's what we were like trying to assume right now. Obviously, this is all assumption. This is all like speculation. I do not know if it's true or not. But yeah. So in other words, she's pretty alright. She's alright. She's not like super deadweight or anything. Pretty good character. You don't have to rely too much on like needing a Hesilia as well. For example, if you want to go like at least some Ogi without needing Kango, to say the least, you could also just have Hesilia and her together. But at the same time, I feel like that's a little bit too much when it comes to like utility in a team. You could actually probably do that, but at the end of the day, you probably only use her for her fucking second portrait anyway, right? See, like, god damn, Yeah, let's be real here. I'm pretty sure that's what you're using it for anyway. Just like you're using Raziel and you're like what I'm doing right now in my overlay. Same thing, right? Okay. Alright, anyway, that's all I can say for now. That's my initial impressions for Tefnut Summer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the Raziel's portion of it. Alright.